My husband wouldn't confess, so I installed a GPS tracker on his car. Hey everyone, I can't believe I'm actually telling this story, but it's been eating away at me for months and I need to get it off my chest. My husband wouldn't confess to cheating, so I did the unthinkable and installed a GPS tracker on his car. What I found out was devastating, but it led me to make the best decision for myself and my future. It all started a few months ago when I noticed my husband acting strangely. He was always on his phone and would get defensive if I ever asked who he was talking to. I found myself constantly checking his phone when he wasn't looking, and that's when I started finding messages from women that were definitely not just friendly. I confronted him about it and he denied any wrongdoing, insisting that it was all harmless flirting. He claimed that he loved me and would never cheat on me, but something didn't feel right. His behavior was off, and the fact that he started coming home later and later from work made me even more suspicious. When that all started, he always had the same excuse: he had gone to the gym. At first, I didn't think anything of it. After all, working out was important to him, and I was glad that he was taking care of his health. One day, I decided that I needed to know the truth. I installed a GPS tracker on his car, hoping that it would give me some answers. It was a difficult decision to make, but I knew that I needed to know the truth. And, as it turned out, my suspicions were right all along. He wasn't going to the gym after work. He was going to see another woman. The GPS led me to a neighborhood that I'd never seen before, and I followed it until I found my husband's car parked in front of a house that I didn't recognize. I was in shock. I had always thought that my husband was faithful and loyal, but it seemed like he had been lying to me all along. My heart was pounding as I got out of the car, took a pic of my husband's car in the driveway, and then knocked on the door. A woman answered the door. She was wearing a wedding ring. When I asked if my husband was inside, she hesitated for a moment before telling me that he wasn't there. But I knew he was. I could feel it in my gut. I demanded to see him and waited outside until he finally came out. He was clearly surprised to see me there, and even more surprised when I confronted him about his affair. But instead of coming clean, he denied everything and accused me of spying on him. Are you serious? Like, I'm the one in the wrong here. I couldn't believe it. I had caught him red-handed, and he still wouldn't confess. My husband finally left. He just kept acting as if I was overreacting. How dare he? So I told him I was staying until her husband got home. He said that was stupid because she wasn't married. I then told him I wasn't in fact stupid and that I had seen the ring on her finger. Does he really think I am that ignorant and unable? Sheesh. Finally, after seeing my husband leave and seeing that I was still there, she had the audacity to come outside and ask me why I was still there. I told her I was waiting for her husband to get home. She too tried to deny having a husband. She even took the ring off her finger before coming out, but you could still see the ring marks on her finger. I told her the same damn thing, that I had seen her ring when she answered the door and that I knew she had taken it off before coming back outside. I was there for an hour before her husband finally showed up. I almost lost heart and left several times, but I knew that I had to push through. The woman's husband finally came home. He was understandably shocked when he saw me, an unknown woman approaching him in his driveway. He asked me, "Can I help you?" And then I introduced myself and showed him the picture and told him what was going on. I could see the anger and betrayal in his eyes. The woman tried to deny everything, saying that I was a crazy person stalking the neighborhood, but the look on her face was apparently just as guilty of a look to her husband as it was to me. He actually thanked me for letting him know, and then he approached his wife at the door, told her to get her ass inside, and then slammed the door and immediately began to yell. Mission accomplished. Stupid tramp. But I wasn't done yet. I made a public post on Facebook about my experience, showing the picture of my husband's car in the other woman's driveway. I wanted to make sure that everyone knew what kind of person he really was. It was a tough decision, but I knew that it was the right one. I mean, what was I supposed to do? Divorce him and let him tell everyone a bunch of lies and nonsense about how I was such a bad person or whatever? No way. I had done nothing wrong, and he destroyed everything that we had built together, and I didn't want my reputation hurt. The next day, I filed for divorce. It was a long and difficult process, but I knew that I needed to take control of my life and move on from this toxic relationship. As I started the process of rebuilding my life, I found out more about the extent of my husband's affair. It turned out that he had been seeing this woman for months. Disgusting pig. It was a painful realization, but it also made me feel like I had made the right decision. I deserved someone who loved me and respected me, not someone who would lie and cheat behind my back. So until then, it's the single life again, but at least it is a peaceful one. And there you have it. How did she do? Did she take it far enough, or was this just the right amount of revenge for what he did? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. When you subscribe, be sure to click the notification bell. Click here for more Tangled threads.